I will see you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.
We are WNZK, Dearborn Heights, Detroit, your ethnic superstation at 690 days, 680 nights. WNZK has available a few good hours of airtime for a few good programs to serve their communities. Radio is better than ever in targeting an audience that listens to what you say. Learn more about this exciting radio broadcasting opportunity by calling WNZK Radio at 248-557-3500.
Welcome to the bright side of aging. My name is Ike Engelbaum. I'm a pharmacist and the publisher of AmericanSeniorGazette.org. It has been wisely said, you cannot help getting older, but you can help getting old. It has also been said that age is a matter of the mind. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. My purpose in doing the show is so that seniors and caregivers can share their ideas and questions on how we can age gracefully and in a vertical position for as long as our good genes will allow. And if we've inherited bad genes, how to outwit them. Our topics include senior housing, financial, legal, safety, travel, health issues, interesting senior events in the community, and most of all, tips on how to put old on hold.
Is House Calls on Wheels. And if you need a helping hand to stay at home, or maybe you'd like somebody to provide transportation or grocery shopping or run errands for you, or maybe you're going to need help with bathing or personal grooming, or you need home renovations to enable you to stay in that home safely and securely. Or maybe you can't leave your home, but you need somebody to come in and do things like a doctor, a nurse, a podiatrist, a dentist, or to have your prescriptions delivered to you. Well, House Calls on Wheels is the answer to all of that. House Calls on Wheels provides both medical and non-medical services in your home. And all the medical services are covered by insurance. The non-medical services start as low as $10 an hour. So if you or someone you know needs a helping hand at home, call House Calls on Wheels for a free in-home consultation. And that toll-free number is 1-888-489-8980. All right? That's 1-888-489-8980.
Tune in every Wednesday at 11 a.m. for the Bright Side of Aging and the Entrepreneurs Network radio show featuring Ike Engelbaum. Ike does an array of interviews with people that make the aging process go smoothly. And for the Entrepreneurs Network segment, Ike interviews up-and-coming entrepreneurs. If you're looking to start your own business, Ike has some great advice to offer you to get your dreams of starting a home-based business a reality. If you'd like to talk to Ike Engelbaum for more information, call 313-929-6105. That's 313-929-6105. So tune in every Wednesday at 11 a.m. to hear Ike Engelbaum on the Bright Side of Aging and the Entrepreneur Network radio show.
And so it be. It's Wednesday right now, and hopefully you are hearing us while we're doing the show live. We actually record the show periodically, so sometimes if dates are a little off track, it doesn't mean I'm off track. It's just that date is off track. I really enjoy our weekly visits because it gives me an opportunity to connect with you in a way that, quite frankly, although I do a TV show and publish a magazine, nothing beats next to being in the same room with people as to how you can really connect with them in a meaningful way. And one of the joys I have in doing the Bright Side of Aging as well as the Entrepreneurs Network radio show is I get to meet a lot of interesting and very prominent people that I never would have had a chance to meet otherwise. And if you have someone in your life or you yourself feel comfortable in getting on the air with me, by all means call us on our toll-free number, 888-489-8980. I pride myself in that I've tried to address the audiences that are of different age brackets. This segment, Bright Side of Aging, is intended to reach out to people who are 50 and above and 40 and above, the ones that really want to look at the whole life in a positive way. As you know, my first name is Ike, so I have a series of Ikeisms. And how many times have you heard people look at life with the glass half full or half empty? Ikeism states, no, in my opinion, you should look at the glass being 3/4 filled and 1/4 empty. That's why I strongly encourage you to join organizations that cater to the positive aspects of life. We certainly have a lot of negativity going on in our lives today. We don't need more down type talk, and I'm so fortunate in that with the Entrepreneurs Group, you're welcome to join me every Thursday morning from 9:15 to 10:30. We meet at Level 1 Bank, and it's free to attend. We even give you free donuts and coffee. And the Level 1 Bank is located at 37100 Woodward, which is on the southeast corner of Big Beaver and Woodward. But you say, hey, Ike, that's too early for me. Well, how about lunchtime? On Tuesdays, we meet for lunch over at O'Mara's Restaurant in Berkeley, Michigan, from 11:30 to 1. So, and in that case, we'll even pick up 50% of your tab, 50% off for the lunch. They got a great menu and great people, and you walk out smarter than you walked in either case. You can always log on to our Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan.com or ENOMmichigan.com, or just call me, 888-489-8980. And one of the joys that I have, as I mentioned, is getting to know a lot of prominent and really influential type people. And if you want to be successful, that's one of my messages. Hang out with successful people. And I'm so fortunate that I've had the joy and privilege of having met and worked with Dr. Andre Lee. He's got more letters behind his name than I can possibly read. I think he's got the whole alphabet covered. MPA, DPA, FACHE. He's a graduate of Michigan State University, Cornell University, and also Nova Southeast University. For most of his 40-plus year career in healthcare, he has been a hospital administrator right here in Highland Park General Hospital and in several hospitals around the country. He's been an active author, entrepreneur, and professor for the past 10 years, owning several hospices and publishing several books, numerous articles, and producer of a Black medical history documentary film. Not just one, but a lot of films. His most recent effort has been to research, assemble, and launch a series of history exhibits nationwide entitled Black Health Legends. Dr. Lee, I'm getting tired of reading your bio, so why don't you say hello, okay?
The interesting thing about the exhibit, for some reason, I'm now getting people asking me to do one for their state.
Oh, wow.
Contractor, yeah, I'm doing one for Kentucky right now. That they're, of course, they're paying me for it, but that's fine.
Yeah, well,
So
listen.
anybody interested in having one wherever you live, and I may do one for Michigan. I don't know why I haven't done one for Michigan. So
Shame on you. I'm going to cover Governor Snyder right after the show and make sure he puts some pressure on you, okay?
yeah,
Get ready.
it really would be. But my latest thing that I'm excited about is I've had so many people ask me how can they cut their health care costs.
Mm-hmm.
And I finally given a lot of thought, and I'm going to come up with a series of podcasts on that subject, and each podcast will deal with specific suggestions and tips on how people can save money on their health care costs. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. So I hope people will tune in for that. But I'm also going to write a book on it also with that same title.
Mm-hmm.
And, and I'm going to address some things like and answer questions from people like what milk product did the U.S. Department of Agriculture propose as a substitute for meat in school lunches? You know, I mean, that's an interesting twist. And the answer, of course, is yogurt. A very simple answer. And then another question people ask is, there is a candy that you can use to help relieve stress rather than run to the doctor or take some Xanax or some other type of medication, which is expensive. Why not just simply eat some peppermint? Doesn't that make sense? I mean, if you go to Cracker Barrel and buy some peppermint, that's all you need.
Right. Well, you know, it's interesting how life goes. I graduated pharmacy school in 1962. That's last century. You talk about being dated. I'll never forget there was a doctor, a professor, I guess he was a doctor, a PhD, Bailey. He, at that time, nowhere near the promotions involved with plant type of eating and all in those days, like you brought out, Xanax, Valium, Thorazine, chlorohydrate. Those were the drugs that were supposed to calm people down that were in anxiety states. And now, here we are, 2018, and we're realizing how really we can just take care of ourselves better by looking at what nature brings forth from the ground.
Precisely.
And the interesting thing is there's, in fact, I'm involved with a couple of people that their day job is to promote essential oils, and peppermint, by the way, is one of the most popular items. And if anyone is interested for more information on that, they're always welcome to call our toll-free number. There's seminars that are available on how you can actually stay healthy just by eating food that has a very low processing. We really are walking on a lot of plants and things that if we didn't add all the processing and diluents that they add to it, would give us a lot more benefit, and as well as keep the country healthier. And you brought up something very interesting that, and that is reducing the costs of health care. We're fighting with the insurance companies as to what they're not paying for us. But think about it. If you're taking care of yourself well enough, even if you get sick, you get healthy, or back on your regular type of condition faster. I can't, I don't know of anybody, and I know quite a few people out there, including you, who've been promoting that concept all along. Isn't that correct?
Oh, my goodness. That's by far the most sensible thing to do. Mm-hmm. And insurance companies are hard, but they're really not culprits. They're not a bad group of people. Insurance companies actually act to protect you sometimes. I mean, sometimes they're a pain in the butt, but other times they do act to protect you. And more insurance companies should be offering incentives to people to stay healthy or get healthy. It just makes sense for them to do that. And by the way, one of my tips regarding insurance companies is always check with them before you go get a treatment done. Doctors don't always know what insurance companies will pay for. So, and once they do a treatment, they expect you to pay. It's easier to pick up that phone and call an insurance company and say, look, my doctor wants me to do this. Is that covered or not?
Right.
And they'll tell you. I mean, they prefer that you call them anyway.
Right.
That's a very simple tip.
Right. Well, one of my sponsors is called Ameriplan. They've been around for a quarter of a century.
Oh, yeah.
And they actually, it's not insurance, and this is one of the other hidden secrets, so to speak, that you don't necessarily have to buy insurance in total. Now, bear in mind, insurance is critical. It's very important to have. But a lot of times, the premiums and all and the rigmarole they give you sort of defeats the original purpose. You definitely should have health insurance, and there's all kinds of advisors out there, and I'm more than happy to share people that I've dealt with that are straight, legitimate, and really have your interest at heart. So they can always call our toll-free number. But Ameriplan, in fact, I liked it so much, I added my name to it. Ike Engelbaum is a discount prescription, dental, vision, chiropractic service whereby you pay a flat fee per month of like $39.95 a month. But for that, you get up to 50% savings on your prescription drugs. You can go to a dentist and get up to 50%. And a lot of people are not aware of it. Just because their insurance company, like you brought up, if they don't cover it, then a lot of people don't have that particular service, where if you get involved with some program like Ameriplan, you have the benefit of a membership. That's why the AARP has been so successful, and there's that's a group. It's like let's face it, and we've done health fairs in churches and all, and many times these how does a church stay together? Because each congregant pitches in to donate to help for the roof and the heat and the rest of it, but it takes a group. One of my Ikeisms that I think is appropriate is that the quotation goes that God created a gift for civilization, a house of faith. Some assembly required.
Right.
So you need to have as a group. And that's one of the projects that I'm pleased to be working with you on, and that is of actually taking basic needs in people's lives and offering it to different organizations and churches and synagogues, whereby they're helping each other and at the same time raise some money. When we get back from our break, I want to share, for those folks that haven't heard about your poster program, as well as that phenomenal booklet for, I don't want to call it a full book, because it's not really a heavy-duty book. It's 26 or 25 pages called Accolades. And the whole concept is meaningful, as well as something that people can really stay connected with their family even after the member has passed away. Accolades, it's called, celebrating the life and legacy of a loved one before they leave. Right now, we'll leave for a brief commercial, but we will be right back. Don't you dare go away.
Is House Calls on Wheels. And if you need a helping hand to stay at home, or maybe you'd like somebody to provide transportation, or grocery shopping or run errands for you. Or maybe you're going to need help with bathing or personal grooming, or you need home renovations to enable you to stay in that home safely and securely. Or maybe you can't leave your home, but you need somebody to come in and do things like a doctor, a nurse, a podiatrist, a dentist, or to have your prescriptions delivered to you. Well, House Calls on Wheels is the answer to all of that. House Calls on Wheels provides both medical and non-medical services in your home. And all the medical services are covered by insurance. The non-medical services start as low as $10 an hour. So if you or someone you know needs a helping hand at home, call House Calls on Wheels for a free in-home consultation. And that toll-free number is 1-888-489-8980. All right? That's 1-888-489-8980.
I should get magnetic type of little tags for your refrigerator. Write down 888-489-8980 because, quite frankly, I'm very proud. As I joke about it, I'm an overnight success in terms of helping people as they age, as well as in the entrepreneurial field. I'm an overnight success. It's only taken me about 45 years to do it. It's been a long night.
A blink in the history of the world.
Yeah, right. And one of the benefits of aging is I like to think that I have learned from my experiences, and they say aging is inevitable, wisdom is optional. I've been trying to pick wisdom. That's why we have our entrepreneur network meetings. It's free every Thursday morning. Tomorrow being one of those mornings, 9:15 to 10:30. If you're looking to start a home-based business, or you're involved in a business and it's not going quite right, we have really top-notch business professionals available to you at no charge. Reason being that in helping you, at the same time, you can refer them if you feel they've helped you, and that's what the networking concept is all about. People helping one another achieve their goals. And I've been doing that for over 40 years, and I'm very proud of the membership. We have over 20,000 people that I've personally met over the years, and you could be one of those people. We meet out in Bloomfield Hills at the Level 1 Bank at Big Beaver and Woodward, 37100. Free to attend, free donuts, free coffee. How much more could you ask for? Get a chance to introduce yourself and also make some great contacts. And for those of you who are sort of business-orientated, I'm sure you've seen the program Shark Tank on TV. Well, we have a Michigan version. If you have an idea, you pitch your idea, no charge. The first Tuesday of each month. Our next one's going to be April 3rd out in Bloomfield Hills in Hertz and Schramm Law Office, 1760 South Telegraph. It's free to attend. Bring your idea. You obviously want to have some notes about what your idea is and what you're looking to get done. And I am a firm believer that if you help someone achieve their goals, they more than in turn will help you achieve yours. And when it comes to the seniors group, you have professionals like Dr. Andre Lee, who has come up with some innovative ways of how you can stay healthy and how you can reduce your overall healthcare costs. And as much as I promote the bright side of aging, truth is we have a limited time on the face of this earth, and there's so many times that there are people that right in your own family that you really don't know their background, and you only find out bits and pieces throughout their life. And then what's really very frustrating is after they've passed on, you really find out things that you never knew about them. I'm just wondering, Dr. Andre Lee, since you're the author of Accolades, is that one of the primary motivations that prompted you to write the book, Accolades?
Well, yeah, my motivation was that I owned at one time 5 different hospices around the country, and through that experience, I realized that as people transition, many people do not realize just how successful and the accomplishments that these people had during their brief time, as you say, here. And it just struck me, why do we wait till people leave before we start getting at the funeral, and then we want to talk well about them? They can't hear you, but I know if it were me, before I leave, and you want to praise me a little bit, it makes me feel good. You know?
Yeah, that's right. Well, Mark...
And the other part of that is you should cement the legacy of that person for your family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these days we don't do enough to do that, and so the 2-3 generations from now, people will say, "Who was Ike? Was Ike a member of this family? I never heard of him." You see what I'm saying? And then I feel chagrined about that. So I wrote this book as a way of offering about 50 suggestions that people, very simple suggestions, that families can do to recognize a loved one before they transition.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole idea behind it. And,
right.
And I had a number of suggestions. One of them was like, create a farewell I owe you book, where people can write notes to me or to you and say, I enjoyed going to the Entrepreneur Network. I know I didn't pay my fee this year, that last year. I'm going to send it to you after I get in heaven.
Well, I'd rather do it before they leave.
But it's that kind of thing. The other thing is a memorial box. Very simple thing. And, there are medals or awards or significant items that meant something to you and also symbolize who you were during your lifetime. Why not put together a small memorial box that could stand as a legacy and tribute to you for your children, your grandchildren, and your great-grandchildren? 20 years from now, after you're gone, they'll be able to open it up and say, look, he got a Medal of Honor, he got this award, he did this, he won this. And it's as though you were there. And they got a sense of who you were long after you're gone.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, this book is only $8. So, right. So $8. Like you brought out, there are 51 categories. Like the old saying goes, a place for everything and everything in its place. How many times do we have these loose thoughts about how do I really celebrate someone's life? And it's sort of wishy-washy in the mind, but thanks to you, the way you set it up, this is an easy read. There are 51 categories that unfortunately we don't have time to get into today. Maybe we can pick up on that on our next conversation. But this is like a how-to, self-instructing type book that your family will cherish forever. Dr. Lee, we can talk forever, but unfortunately I only have a couple of minutes, and it's been a great to visit with you. Next week we'll hopefully visit again. Right now I like to leave this segment with my favorite parting thought, which is yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is a gift, and that's why we call it the present. Please enjoy your present by looking and living life with the bright side of aging. Welcome to the Entrepreneurs Network radio show. Our mission is to interview successful entrepreneurs who are willing to share with us their ideas and experiences, both the successes and the failures. Because as it has been jokingly said, you should learn from the mistakes of others because you'll never live long enough to make them all yourself. My name is Ike Engelbaum, and I'm the founder of the Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan, which is a group of motivated people that are all interested in helping each other in achieving our personal and professional goals. Please check out our website, entrepreneursnetworkofmichigan.com, for meeting schedule as well as self-improvement material. Our philosophy is that if it's to be, it's up to me. When it's time to move, don't trust all your memories and most prized possessions to just some guys with a truck. Get personalized first-class treatment from bonded and experienced moving professionals. If you're confused about all the details involved in moving from one household to another, call 1-888-489-8980. Is always the concern of who should I call about the utilities? How shall I handle my household appliances? What should I do about my pets? What do I need to handle in advance of the move? For a free brochure titled Practical Hints to Make Moving Day Easier, call Aberdeen Van Lines at 1-888-489-8980. We can even help you in selling your home or any furniture that you may no longer wish for your next move. Let Aberdeen help make your move a dream. So call 1-888-489-8980 now.
If you're one of those folks who needs a helping hand, like somebody to provide transportation or grocery shopping or help you pay your bills, run your errands, laundry pickup and delivery, maybe somebody to help you with bathing and grooming or in-home hair cutting and styling, you can't get out and you need medical help, maybe a doctor, a dentist, a nurse, a podiatrist, you name it, or prescription delivery, House Calls on Wheels is the answer. They provide both non-medical and medical services in your home. The non-medical services start as low as $10 an hour if you're using any of the medical services, and all of the medical services are covered by Medicare and most private insurance plans. Call House Calls on Wheels for further information. It's a toll-free number, 1-888-489-8980. That's House Calls on Wheels, 1-888-489-8980.
And welcome. And if you haven't marked down on the whole year, Thursdays is a special day. By golly, do it right now before you forget. Every Thursday morning from 9:15 to 10:30, the Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan is hosted by Level 1 Bank. It's free to attend. We call it Conversations Over Coffee, where you have your 60-second elevator pitch. We have some dynamite speakers. You have a chance to not only pitch your idea, but if you become prepared, if you will give us a listing of at least, if not 10, 5 of the top people that you'd like to be in touch with, that's one of the perks of our Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan. I bill myself as an overnight success of entrepreneurship. It's taken me 45 years to put this together. Is that overnight? Well, maybe it's a little more than overnight. Anyway, I have been very fortunate in this wonderful country, despite our politicians trying to change it to a point where the people that now live here, that are immigrants and have come over, and many times because of society, feel compelled that they have to give the people coming in the same type of lifestyle that they had. I got news for you. They came here because they didn't like that particular lifestyle. We should be so proud of what we have in terms of entrepreneurship. So that's why every Thursday morning I wanted to make it easy. from 9:15 to 10:30. We meet at Level 1 Bank. That's 37100 Woodward, southeast corner of Big Beaver and Woodward. That's Bloomfield Hills, free to attend. You get a chance to introduce yourself. You also get a chance to schmooze after our meeting. Then if you don't have time to come in the morning, then how about lunchtime? Lunchtime, 11:30 to 1. We meet over at O'Mara's Restaurant, 2555 West 12 Mile Road, southwest corner of Coolidge and 12 Mile. That's Berkeley, Michigan. We have a nice big table that everyone gets a chance to see each other, talk to one another, and again, we have speakers that help you not only get more motivated, but walk out smarter than you walked in. At O'Mara's, you have a nice menu to draw from, and depending on how hungry you are, order whatever you wish as long as you pay for it. But to sort of add a little spice, so to speak, say we're talking food, spice, not bad. In the mornings as well as noon, we have a door prize drawing that if you're the winner, you are going to have an opportunity to be a guest host or co-host with me on this show, and it's heard on this station, WNZK 690 AM, also 1160 AM, which is WCXI, and also on the internet worldwide. This is all free if you win. And guess what? Because we now have technology, by putting the interview on a flash drive, we can post it on our website from the internet. And then when you make a sales call and people want to hear everything that you do or the highlights, rather than repeating the same thing, which, by the way, is a serious issue, many times people find that they're not successful in their business or start sliding down. One of the reasons is that they forgot what they used to say. And they forgot that they forgot. So this is a way that you can really promote yourself to become as successful as you can possibly be. And we have top-notch business coaches. And I'm so excited about having a fellow member of our entrepreneurs group who's made some serious money helping you achieve your goals. And Mario Fascio is going to be our speaker, and we'll have an opportunity for him to highlight 7 strategies. Remember the book, Covey's book, 7 Habits? Well, Mario is the typical entrepreneur. He sees an idea. He says, hey, I can use that similar format. His book actually has 7 tips on how to transform your particular talents. Hello, Mario. How is that? Hello, Mario. Yes,
Ike, it's a great day, and I'm excited to share with your audience.
Oh, well, that is terrific. I appreciate it, and I am really excited about having you as our speaker tomorrow. And just so that you don't think I made this up, you already spoke several times to our group, and we got feedback from our members and said, hey, when you bringing Mario back? So guess what, Mario? You are back tomorrow.
Well, I'm excited about it. You know, I appreciate you sharing the 7 steps to transform your expertise into profit. And it's something that any business can use, and it's so overlooked. You know, I always use the example of everyone is giving away $50,000 worth of information to sell a $500 trinket. I run into the most successful, ambitious, sharp business owners, entrepreneurs around, and they're just struggling to go from A to B when really mentally in the knowledge and wisdom they have, they're at like X. And it's an honor and a privilege for me to help them transform that and turn it into additional profits for the company and just cut out all that crap. I mean, how good does that sound?
Well, what sounds great is that you don't just talk fluff stuff, is that you're addressing specific areas, and I had you on my TV show as well, and that's one of the benefits of joining up with the Entrepreneurs Network, is that we get you on radio, TV, on the internet. As I like to joke about it, I can make you almost famous, and you meet some really dynamic type people, and interesting enough, our vice president of the Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan is actually going to be there, Lou Goutman, and I believe Lou just called in. Is that right, Lou? Are you with us, Lou?
I am with you, Ike.
Okay, all right.
And I'm even happier to know that you're with me.
Okay, well, great. Well, you're also with Mario, and we are going to be discussing his presentation for tomorrow. Is that what prompted you to call in, or what do you have on your mind?
Ike, it was your wonderful melodious tones that prompted me to call in and say good morning.
Okay. If you have melodious tones as well, if you want to hang in there and participate in our conversation, Mario is a top-notch speaker and presenter, so I am sure he's not going to be offended by your piping in. So let's get started, Mario. Obviously, if there's 7 steps, I know God actually created light the first day, as I recall. What does Mario have as the first step in your book?
Well, the first thing you have to do is get someone's attention. Out of anything you can do, people nowadays are going, should I do this? Should I do that? What about this thing? What about the shiny object over here? What about that website? It's all well and good, but if you don't have their attention, none of the rest matters. Like you're saying, God created the world in 7 days and he made light. I agree with that 100%, and also with the reference you made to Stephen Covey. 7 is a very easy number to break down your steps, and I'll actually go into that because for anyone listening, whatever business you're in, look at your process and how can you put it into a step-by-step system. When you have people don't buy information, they buy systems. Well, you want to make it easy and digestible, but number 1, you need to have their attention. You can't do anything if they're not listening, right?
Right. Well, I have my own little spins on some of this concept of marketing and selling. There are so many books out there that unfortunately you read it and you say, that's interesting, but they really don't give you an action plan. And the biggest area of confusion that many entrepreneurs make is that they, in their own minds, haven't identified how to properly market and sell whatever they're involved with. The best 2 lines of marketing and selling, and to make it clear, and this might be something that if you have a pencil in hand and a piece of paper, ideally, that you write down the definition both of marketing and selling. Marketing, like you brought out so well, Mario, is getting your prospects' attention. Selling is getting their money. That's it, okay? So, Mario, in your experience, and I know you do a lot of coaching, you have got a really top-notch approach. You don't just take anyone on that rings your telephone. You actually have them fill out some sort of a survey or assessment. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct, and it goes well into point number 2 here, authority. You need to get their attention, and then you need to be positioned as the authority. One of the ways you can do that, and honestly, it just weeds out all the people that are trying to waste your time. I mean, it's a time saver, it's a leverage point, but it also has authority positioning. So many businesses say, oh, I got 10 people interested in working with me, so they work with 10 people only to find out down the road it's someone you shouldn't be talking to, you know? So when you have the application process, you know, what does a doctor make you do? You go in there and they say, fill out this form. We want to get your information. We want to get that. And they prioritize, you know, is this life-threatening? Is this something we need to take you on right away? Is this something that doesn't matter for a month? You know, so you have to have this qualification process in. And, you know, that's why it's number 2 in the process. Number 3 is associate. You have to connect with the prospect. So, again, you can have people knocking on your door. They can be calling in. They can be hitting up your email and all that. But if you don't relate with them, if they don't resonate with you, it's going to be a hard relationship just even talking to them because you're both on 2 different pages, you know? And I see a lot of people, I go, what's the problem? They say A, B, and C. I'm thinking, why did you work with them in the first place? All of it, 80% of the problems are preventable. You have to connect with them and be on the same page.
Well, that's interesting you bring that up because the sad part about many entrepreneurs is they get so excited that someone is actually interested in talking to them that they automatically get involved only to find out after they spent a considerable amount of time, which is not replaceable. That is the one thing, unfortunately, that you get one shot at, is your professional expertise and time. So as a result, I got to commend you. You don't want to upset people, and I think that's the worst mistake, or one of them. There, you know, I've come to the conclusion there's never just one thing that is do or die. One thing that's for sure is that if you just jump on every call that people call, and you're so excited about getting involved, only to find out that, hey, you know, this isn't what I thought it would be. But if you tell them up front, let me find out first of all if I can help you. So that way they're mentally prepared that, hey, this is not a done deal. I got your attention. You're going to find out as much about me initially and to see if there's a marriage there. Is that a good assessment of what you do, Mario?
That's actually a perfect segue. I wanted to go into, and we'll cover the next 2 steps. But, you know, it's Valentine's Day, right? So what's another
Happy Valentine's Day. What's that? 14.
Yeah, and I remember in high school, it's, you know, to the point of the qualification process, not everyone you talk to, and this is dealing with relationships, is a good fit. Now, I don't know about having a qualification process and making people fill out a survey and questionnaire just to go out with you, but it's the same mentality. Are you assessing the situation? Should this move forward? Is this a smart idea? You know, or, you know, I'm not going to talk about the downside of that because it's much worse than just, you know, you don't have a client. But a lot of this is just common sense. I mean, truthfully, this isn't rocket surgery. So you got to get the attention. You have to be positioned as the authority. You know, are you the go-to expert in their eyes, not just in your mind? Because I ask everyone, are you the expert of your niche? And they go, oh, yeah, I'm an expert. I go, well, then how come there's 400 experts, but when I ask the marketplace or their prospects, they don't see them that way? You have to connect and associate, you know. That's what the dating phase is for. That's what you talk to someone on the phone for. You have to feel them out. Is this going to work? Can we even work together and talk? The next step, advise. You have to have good information to be given to them. You can't just be a generalist. You can't just come in and say, you know, I can fix your tires on your car. You come to my tire place. Well, everyone can do that. What else are you going to do?
And I hate to cut you off, Mario, but talk about connecting, I have to connect to our sponsors because they help pay for the show. And,
understandable. Let's
and
cover the rest when we come back.
Lou, if you're still on the line,
Still here.
if you before we take our break, do you have a Lou comment before we take our break? Otherwise, we'll share it when we come back.
We can share it when we come back.
Very good. Okay, terrific. Don't you go away, folks. You're going to get a chance to see Mr. Lou Goutman and Mr. Mario Fascio if you just show up tomorrow at Level 1 Bank, 37100 Woodward. Don't you dare go away.
House Calls on Wheels has a great idea on how you can help your loved ones stay comfortable, independent, safe, and right at home by converting your attached garage or retrofitting your home to a customized home healthcare suite. Call 888-489-8980. The Healthcare Suite is a customized floor plan which quickly and easily converts your garage or modifies any room inside your home into a comfortable living area in less than 90 days. If you'd like, the unit has its own heating, air conditioning, and plumbing system, even a private bathroom, and all of this for less than a year's stay in a nursing home. And we have a budget plan so that we can work within your budget. Call 888-489-8980. We even have a free video that you can see. Call 888-489-8980 and find out about the Healthcare Suite now. When it's time to move, don't trust all your memories and most prized possessions to just some guys with a truck. Get personalized first-class treatment from bonded and experienced moving professionals. If you're confused about all the details involved in moving from one household to another, call 1-888-489-8980. Is always the concern of who should I call about the utilities? How shall I handle my household appliances? What should I do about my pets? What do I need to handle in advance of the move? For a free brochure titled Practical Hints to Make Moving Day Easier, call Aberdeen Van Lines at 1-888-489-8980. We can even help you in selling your home or any furniture that you may no longer wish for your next move. Let Aberdeen help make your move a dream. So call 1-888-489-8980 now.
And we're back. Not only are we back, but we also have our fronts. We have two fronts, actually, including mine would be the third. Our vice president of the Entrepreneurs Network, whose voice you hear quite frequently on this station, Mr. Lou Goutman, who will be there tomorrow, and Lou has his own company called Advertising Alternatives, where he actually helps you get your message across in novel ways. And if you don't know what novel is, ask Lou. And actually, Mario Fascio, who's going to be our speaker tomorrow. So before we took our break, Mario actually addressed some of the highlights of his talk tomorrow. Do you have any comment, Lou, as to what was already said?
Well, if you ask Lou, he'll tell you what to do.
Okay, so please go ahead. We have a few minutes, Lou. Please,
right.
Do you have any comments?
I think the message, of course, that Mario brings to the table is very positive, and for somebody who's been involved in direct sales for as many years as I have been, again, as Mario said, getting your prospects' attention is very, very important, and then maintaining your prospects' attention so that you can get to the heart of the matter. I think all salespeople have experienced the pitfalls of making sales calls, and as Mario said earlier in his presentation this morning, that people will go to great lengths just to try to make a small sale. And as you said, Ike, and which is very true, and I think the older we get, the more we realize how true it really is that time is a very precious commodity, and we all have a very limited amount of time. And we all want to make the best of our business day, and help those people who want our help. And if they don't want our help, then we need to move on and find somebody who will appreciate it.
So you have to be discreet as to where you want to spend your time. And Mario, you certainly have spent a lot of time in helping people get the attention. Do you analyze each client that you deal with to customize for them as to who they call on, as to how to get that respective client's attention? Do you have some strategies there?
I do, and that's, again, you guys are setting this up for me to make it super easy. It's a perfect segue into the last three. When I'm working with people and they're going through my training, how I was saying, create a system. You don't want it to be guesswork. You don't want to say, I want to work with anyone, because like you're saying, you only have so much time. That's why the next point is actuate. You have to get them to get into action. You can't spend all the time in the world just going, is this a right fit? Is this, that, the other thing? Who am I working with? You know, in today's great age, now we can automate things. You don't need to talk to 100 different people one-on-one and go on 100 different coffee appointments to find one or two that are a good fit. And that's actually the 6th point, automate.
Mm-hmm.
You can do things that have all this running for you, and then you get to spend your best time. You get to invest it with your clients at the highest level. You're not chasing yourself in circles. And you can do that by the last point, advertising. So many people, I know people right now in the dead of winter that'll go to door, knocking on businesses, consumers, whatever. And they got families, they got kids, they got all this stuff. I looked at my ads. Some of the ads I have running are like 3 cents an ad for 5,000 impressions. And I did nothing for it as far as once I set it up and just let the stuff run. Why would you trade that time with your family and your friends and doing stuff? Time is your most valuable asset. So recapping the 7 points, attention, authority, associate, advise, actuate, automate, and advertise. Like Lou was saying, when you put them in together, you have to get the attention, you have to connect. But all of the stuff that goes into there, it's laid out strategically. So to go back to your question, yes, when I'm working with people and they apply for my training, mine is all set up very, very intentionally, but so should everyone else's business. It shouldn't be, we got 10 calls, let's take 9 of them on. What if it's only 4? Well, you need to know exactly who
What
you're
if it's only
for.
1 or 2? And unfortunately, Mario, we run out of time, and I am looking forward to your talk tomorrow morning at Level 1 Bank. And they can schmooze with you afterward and maybe even have lunch together if you can join us. Unfortunately, right now, I've run out of time. Thanks so much, Mr. Lou Goutman and Mario Facciano. Did I pronounce your last name? I think I missed. Facini, okay, all right, very good. So I sit corrected. Anyway, you'll for sure have business cards so people will know exactly how to spell and pronounce your name.
We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, right now I only have enough time for my parting thought, which is, if you really want to get anything done in life, you'll find a way. And if you don't, you'll find an excuse. And there is no excuse for not achieving your dreams and goals in America, because it is the greatest country in the whole world. Remember, a goal is just a dream with a deadline.
WNZK has available a few good hours of airtime for a few good programs to serve their communities. Radio is better than ever in targeting an audience that listens to what you say. Learn more about this exciting radio broadcasting opportunity by calling WNZK Radio at 248-557-3500. You're listening to WNZK, Dearborn Heights, Detroit, your ethnic superstation, 690 days, 680 nights.